Hey guys, how's it going? This is Tim Shaves, and today I'm going to be doing a bit of honing. I got this razor over here. This is I don't know if it's going to focus. Well, this is a Shumate razor. Trying to mess around with the focus setting, but yeah, so I'm going to be honing this one. I believe I did a video on this one before. I believe I honed it up to 8K synthetic with my Shapton Pro series, and then finished it on this stone. This stone is the Chinese natural stone. They call it the C Chinese 12K, just a name for it. And the result was okay. Shave was a little bit tuggy, not that comfortable. So when I brought this back up, on my arm hair, it actually shaved really nicely. But when I went on to shave on my face yesterday, it was pretty tuggy. So I'm gonna try to touch up here again. I probably should go down to like the 5K level and see if I can improve this edge. But I'm just gonna try to test out the ability of this stone. See if I can bring up some slurry and kind of help with that mid-range level, and then finish it with some water to finish it up. So we'll see how it goes. This is a lovely stone. Very reflective, very dense and heavy. I think it seems like a 6x3x1 or something like that. Kind of reminds me of the ILR stone, Imperial La Roca. But we'll see how this goes. Yes, I'm gonna bring up a slurry using my Atoma 600 here, and let's get at it. Here we go. Gonna wet it underwater and then raise up a slurry. It brings up a milky slurry with this one. I don't think I want too much of it, just enough to work with. Maybe a little more. Alright, we'll go with that. You see that little white milky slurry there, and then let's see, let's get some of that slurry onto here. Kind of grayish white slurry. And add some water. Let's see, mix it up a bit. That should be good. Kind of a like a light milk slurry. Let's go with that. And then I'll add some water if it gets a little too dry. My intention is work the slurry about 2 times, and then finish with some water at the end, or like a really diluted slurry at the end. So let's see how this goes. I think I'm just gonna stick to X strokes for now, since it's a finishing stage or around the 8K stage. So I'm just gonna stick to X strokes. All right, here we go. Okay. And this is known to be a very slow stone. So that's why I'm using some slurry to help kind of speed up the process. And I think it needs a little more work at the, it kind of needs help going from the 8K to the finer level. So it's also one of the reasons I try using a slurry here. I haven't had a lot of good luck with slurries. Whenever I use it, I tend to mess up my edge. So this might be another one of those where my edge is not at what I would like. But it's a test and a practice, but honing with the stone, this is pretty nice. It's very like silky. Almost feels like the Shafton synthetic, kind of like the 5K or the 8K. It has that feel to it, like a soft, silky feel. And I'm not using much pressure. I would say about medium or a little less than medium. And the slurry is getting a little grayer, so you can see a little steel coming off. Okay, I think I'm going to add a little more water here in a bit. Today, if this messes up my edge, that's fine. I'm just testing out the ability of this hone, seeing if I can improve an edge that is cutting but is not comfortable. All right. Seems like it's doing some polish though, so good. Add a couple drops of water here. Just gonna wipe down the blade. To my eyes, it's kind of giving a light hazy polish on the edge. Let's continue the process. Feeling something at the top of over here, at the top of the stone. What is that? Yeah, there's some roughness over here. Maybe it's the blade. Trying to look at it. Oh, I think there might be a little particle or some kind of dust. Okay, now it's gone. So that might have messed with my edge. Hopefully not too much. Add a little more water. Yeah, I've been getting back to honing this week and last week, and it's been pretty fun. Definitely need a lot of work to get back and trying to refresh all my memories with the honing, but it's been a fun process. Sometimes my fingers are struggling a bit after all the honing, but it's been a good, fun couple weeks for me. Okay, so I'm gonna slurry up the stone one more time just to repeat this process, and then I'll finish up with diluting the whole slurry thing. Looking at it, yeah, the edge seems good. So I'm gonna relap the stone and repeat this whole process again. Alright, a little bit of that milky slurry. And with some water in it. Alright. That seems a little bit lighter than my first time around. That's okay, we'll work with that. Gonna rinse the blade again. Alright, let's try it again. Here we go. Seems like I'm not getting much of an undercut in the heel over here. Coming back it's fine. Going forward, there's not really undercut on the heel. So that's a little bit of a problem. Okay, I can add a little more water here. The feedback on the stone or the razor, it's not really changing. It's pretty consistent throughout the process. Haven't felt much change since the beginning till right now. Just kind of feels like an 8K synthetic stone. That's just the feel that I get. More water. Probably do a couple more dilutions. Towards the finished product. Get a little more water here. And after this process, I'll just I'll do the thumbnail test. Make sure all the edge is still grabbing. And I'll do some arm hair test, see if how it cuts. And then probably do a shave later on, maybe in a couple days. Test out the edge. Don't have a lot of hope for this edge. I feel like the stone might not have enough ability to improve an edge around the AK synthetic, but just gonna test it out, how it works, especially with the slurries. Alright, I'm gonna add a lot more water now. I think I'm almost done over here, at least with what I want to achieve with this edge. Okay, a little more water. Lightening up on the pressure now. Seems like it's kind of sticking to the stone with a lot of water in it, so don't want to push through it. Yeah, I'm not able to push through the stone all the way, so I'm just gonna do like little tiny strokes. Don't know if that's just the water doing its job or if the edge is changing, but I am noticing some the blade sticking to the surface of the stone. Alright, we'll end at that. Just gonna rinse the blade real quick, do a little palm strapping. So that's the finished edge for today. Kind of hard to get into focus, but hard to see. To me, looking at the polish on the spine, looks pretty well polished, yeah, and the edge too. It's pretty good. Maybe try the thumbnail test real quick here. I'm gonna wet my thumbnail and see if it sticks on the edge. Ah. Alright, so the lower part of the edge, it's gliding on my thumb, so that's not good. Yeah, pretty much all parts of the edge. It's not sticking to the, not grabbing onto the thumbnail. So I think my edge might have been gone backwards through this step. Let me see if I can cut any hair now. Let's see. Sometimes I do leg hair, so try a little bit of leg hair. No, it's cutting. Yeah, this is weird. It's pretty much cutting through all parts of the blade, but it's not really grabbing onto my thumbnail. So, maybe the nail test is not end all be all, you know? I was putting it pretty high on my list of tests, but sometimes it seems like it's still cutting even though it's not grabbing onto my nail. But the way that it cut my leg hair was giving kind of like a pop sensation, which is what I'm not really looking for. I'm looking for more of a smooth, almost no sound. So I don't think it changed much from the before I worked on this stone. So it's an interesting process. I think my thought process now is if the shave doesn't improve, or if it slightly improves, I might go with the slurry again, maybe do a couple more times. It might be a really slow stone. Or I might take it back to the mid-range level, 5K, work my way back up. That's probably the answer, but yeah, I'm gonna leave it here for now. And but it was, yeah, fun honing with the stone. This was kind of working my mid-range and finish level with this Chinese natural stone on my Shumate razor. So hope you guys enjoy this video. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you're working with, what you're honing, and any cool acquisitions you have for stones. You know, like, I feel like just having beautiful stones is kind of nice. Being able to hone on them and try to figure them out and try to get a good edge with them. It's a really fun process, and being able to share with others and I don't know, watching others struggle and succeed. It's kind of it's fun being in the community, and I just got back into it, but I think it's a really cool thing to do. And yeah, just kind of relax, listen to the honing sounds and the steel hit the rock and all that good stuff. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. This is Tim Shaves, and I'll see you guys next time. See you.